Thank you so much, Maria, for being today with me. As we were just chatting before, it's the first episode on podcast for Soul Doodles, and I'm just so excited and happy to have you here in the conversation. I have been following your work for quite a little bit, and I just love your energy, your workouts in the morning, and yeah, just your illustrations in general. And so I just want to learn more about your process, and of course receiving more tips and kind of like talking about your journey that can also inspire other people in our community for soul doodles. So yeah, let's start by you presenting yourself and let us know where you are based, what do you do.
Okay, well, first, thank you so much for having me today. Like, I'm so excited, nervous, but excited. Well, I am Mariana Contenti is my name, but I'm based in Guatemala, and here people call me Marte Contenti. It's like my artist name that I invented when I was a teenager. So it's my like my alter ego, I can say. I live in Guatemala. I started illustrating like digital illustration in Barcelona. That's where I learned it. But currently, I'm living here in Guatemala, and I freelance. So I usually work like with brands around the world or like that. Like I'm a digital nomad.
Which is amazing. Like that is my dream. So hopefully I can make it possible. Thank you so much. And let's jump into the first question that I have for you. When was the time that you find out that you wanted to become an illustrator and an artist, and you just decide that, yeah, I want to be a nomad, I want to do my illustrations, I will be able to make it, to be independent? Like when was that, and like how you jump into that like state or moment in your life?
Yeah, like when I was a teenager, like I was a really messy teenager actually. So like I began to paint, but acrylics and drawing and everything. And it was like an escape for me, but I fell in love and it helped me like how can I say it, like to grow and become a better person actually, because I was like more calm, more happy. And suddenly like it was so like normal, like people started calling me like, hi Marty, how are you, do you want to come to my house and make a mural or something? And I was like, I don't know how to do that, but okay, let's do it, let's try. So I started like, okay, now I'm a muralist because I have done a mural, so people started calling me to do murals. Then I don't know, I started painting chairs, and people call me, oh, I want to paint the chairs of my house. Okay, let's do it. Like I try to always be open to opportunities because that's the only way you can grow and like transform yourself. And since that moment, I realized that I didn't want to work in an office. Like that was like a no for me. So I started like building my brand, I can say, and started like freelancing without even knowing I was freelancing. But at that time, I only do like hand draw, like nothing digital. So when I wanted to like improve my skills, and I saw that the digital world was like faster, it was better. I can be anywhere in the world and do and still draw. I decided to go to Barcelona. When I love to travel, so it was the perfect like getaway. Like, oh, I'm gonna study. I can go for a long time, and I study branding and illustration, and it changed my world. Like I don't know, I dream about illustration. I do illustrations every day, and I can do it anywhere. So it's like it's perfect. Like it's hard because being a freelancer is not like everything happens for miracles, but for me, it's a no change. Um,
Yeah, definitely. And thank you so much for walking us through your journey. And it's very nice that you found it so early in your life, like in my case, I studied communications and journalism. Now I am a product designer, but I love illustration. So like I wish I was able to find it early in my life so I will be free traveling with my illustration work. But it's so nice that you got the opportunity to do it. And something that you were talking which I think is so important, especially for our Soldurals community, that you say, by illustrating, I become a better person because it makes you so calm. And I think that is something that I really love about illustration. It happened to me during COVID as well. And yeah, I just wanted to hear more about your thoughts in that, like how your work, because it's still your work, brings that mental space that we are all looking for like nowadays, because our minds are always busy, always in the move, like we are so distracted with social media. So like how do you how can you tell us like how that can benefit you and like connects with your own self, or like how can you connect with your own self when you are creating work like artwork?
Okay, so well, my boyfriend is a psychologist, and he loves journaling and meditating and all of that, which I do too, but I didn't connect like so much with the journaling, like writing on pages and that. So we started like, well, he started journaling, and I say, okay, I'm gonna draw my feelings out. So it was during the pandemic as well, I think, that I draw one illustration per day of my feelings, of my routine, of my everything. But during that time, I focused on how, while I was like illustrating, how am I feeling, what things like bother me, why I'm still angry about something. So it was like I use it like a therapy moment, I can say. And one thing that I really try to do that it's kind of hard sometimes is that I don't do like my personal work. Like I have my professional work, but I try to always do something personal, like something just for me, just for fun. And I think that's the way that I heal through illustration.
Amazing. And I just love that you have your partner who also supports you. And I see like the way that you were doing the illustrations was more like journaling and knowing words, because as creators sometimes it's so hard. And for
Yeah.
me, I have my journal and yeah, let me write down my thoughts. It's so hard. But when you do it all, it's just like things just come and
Yeah,
it's
it
more
flows.
free. Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much, and definitely that is something that I connect the most to with illustration and just doing exercise as well, thinking in our mental health. Um, but one of the questions, and I think a lot of people struggle, is when they have that like inner child that always say, create something. Remember when you used to paint, or like create puzzles, or yeah, like create ceramics or something, but then they feel like they cannot start, and then they feel like they can do it. What will be your advice for that people that are feeling a little bit stuck in their work, but they feel that they're creative, but they're shy, they don't know how to start? What do you think can be some of the tips that can help them?
Well, I think like as a creative person, like that's something that we can't escape. Like we're always thinking like when we were talking, like I'm not good enough. I want my pieces to be extremely perfect. I wanted everyone to like my work. Like it's a thought that we as creative persons have. But I think my tip, because I'm not an expert in that area, but my tip is like do stuff just for you. Because that don't expect like what are people gonna think? Am I gonna get enough likes or I don't know in social media? Like that doesn't matter. Like that's an extra thing, but focus on just the process. I think that's the tip. Just focus on the process, like not what not the final result, but what happens in the whole time that you're building any creative piece you're working on. So just focus on the process. I think that's my tip.
I love it. And thank you so much for sharing that as well, because the process is so key, but we are always so hard with ourselves. It
Yeah.
happened to me as well. And talking to being in the process, and seeing other people work and getting inspiration from other people, because I personally get inspiration by others, but at the same time, it's very hard to separate the inspiration with the comparison.
Yeah.
So how can you do that when you are seeing other people illustration and you are not thinking, oh wow, she's amazing, but my work is not like that, and I feel like imposter syndrome and like who I am? Like, how can you separate that?
It's very hard, like, not to compare with others, but I think we have to find inspiration in others illustrators. Like, o sea, how can I explain this? Like, if someone has a great idea, like, and illustrate something that was like an aha moment for you, like, I think you can recreate it, but not in the same style, or not like do it your own, you know?
Mm,
Like it's what I was talking about, the style, that you have like a what, I don't know how to say it, but you have like an essence in your illustrations, and
mm.
you can get inspired in others and recreate them by you. Like, I think that's okay. and and it's about like getting inspiration from other artists. Like, I think that's nice.
Yeah, definitely. And talking about the style, I think, and you were saying at the beginning that you change the style all the time, like as an artist, but how you can actually find that style that relates with you? Do you think like until this point you have a style that when I see your illustrations is like, okay, this is what Maria's work is like? How can you define that style? Because it's very hard at the beginning. We're practicing and finding out what we like. I know I like personally creating doodles, but like,
Mhm.
how can you find that style?
Oh, that's hard. Like I think I have this thought every day, like I want to do something different. Like, I see like exactly another illustration, another illustrator, and I get like, oh, I want to do that. Like, I want to try these textures and these colors and these shapes. But then I think to myself, oh no, but that's not Mario's. That's not the work that everybody's used to see, so I'm not gonna change it. And that sucks actually, because like I feel like I'm caged.
Mm,
Like I am free to do anything that I want, you know. But like the style is something that as creatives, like, we are really stuck with it, I think. And
yeah,
it's in a certain ways good to be like consistent, because that's what people are gonna look to you for. Like,
yeah,
oh,
they're
this
going to
is
start
Marte, you
recognizing
know.
you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I focus my style in color palette. Like, that's something really potent for me, like choosing 4 colors and really bright colors, and trying to do something really minimalistic, like
Hmm. Hmm.
like telling a story, but really small and really clean. Like, I think that's what define my style.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I have seen it. I wanted to ask you, it seems like one of the most inspiration part in your work are women. So woman is always the center of your work. You see the woman traveling, just the art that you have behind, like coffee before talking.
Fucking.
So yeah, like why woman is the center of your work? Have you ever thought about it, or do you have a specific like response?
Well, I don't. How can I say it? Like, when I started illustrating, I was doing this class in the university, and
Mm-hmm.
I had to create like a brand, but illustrated. And I decided to do a brand about body positivity. So
Mm,
I started to draw women with big thighs and big boobs and big everything, hairy, everything. So, and I really loved like the balance in the body when they were like with big legs and everything big, like not like not like super skinny and super perfect. Like, I really love those proportions, and I created like my like this one behind.
I love
It's like
every
my
time I interview somebody, they just bring the work and it's amazing. Uh,
but this is like my like my baby. Like she's in every illustration I make about women is the same character. So I think it's
I
like
love her.
honoring like self love and body affirmation. Like I really love that. So that's I think that's why I draw women. And I'm not sure if I can draw men. Like I have never tried, I think.
Yeah, they're definitely different. Definitely
Yeah.
different. But thank you so much for sharing that. I am wonder which book have you read that inspires you as an illustrator and you think it can be also a big inspiration for our community in Soldurals?
Oof, I read one about freelancing. It was not about
Mm,
illustration per se, it was about animation, but I can't remember the name now. But if I
mhm.
remember, I will tell you or I will send it so you can put it somewhere.
Uh-huh.
But it's a book about like one of the most challenging part about being an illustrator for me. It was I don't know how much to charge. I don't know how
Mm,
much my work is worth. And I think it's something that a lot of creatives struggle with.
mm.
So this book is about teaching you of how you should cost your work
Yeah,
and like give you like a path on how to do it. So I think that's really important because as creatives, I think we don't. Of course, we like money, but we don't like that's not our center in life. You know, like that's
mm.
around, but we like other stuff. Like that's an extra. But
I
it is
I
really
understand
important
you.
at the end. So that book like really changed my perception about I'm not just doing anything, like I'm doing something that is worth it, and if people want it, I'm not gonna give it for free as I used to do. So I think that book is really good. I'm gonna look for it and I'm gonna send you the name because I
Yeah.
think every freelancer creative person has to read it.
Yeah. I guess the takeaway is to learn about freelancing, to understand how much your work worth, so then you are not broke and you can
Yeah.
still do your things and be
Exactly.
happy. Okay, so time goes super fast, as I told you at the beginning. But I would love to ask you a question in terms of if somebody wants to start doodling and they don't know how to do it, what will be a step? Like, if you can give me 3 steps for that person, like what will be your advice?
Well, first I would grab all the materials I need, pencil
Mm-hmm.
and paper. Like I will go back to basics, like pencil, paper, and either you want to draw something from your imagination without thinking about the final result, but just the process, or grab something, some object, put it in front of you, and try to copy it. I think that's an easy way, like to lose your hand and your mind. And if you really want to get into it, I suggest watching videos. Like today, you can learn anything in videos. So, like, do it and do it and do it every day, so you get better and you get like more comfortable with the process. But yeah, just do it, like a Nike commercial. But I mean, like really, if you want to start, just start. It's like you don't need a computer, you don't need an iPad, you just need paper and pencil to start drawing and illustrating, and then you can go digital. But first, you have to lose your hand, I think. So
Yeah,
I think that's the tip I give you.
amazing. Thank you so much. And last question. Um, During your process, you might be maybe encouraged by other people and inspired. What was that advice that really helped you and brought you into where you are? Like if somebody like your mom, your dad, your boyfriend, anyone, or maybe you saw in a book and you felt like this is going to be my mantra, my way to go. Like, do you have any that you want to share?
Well, let me see. Like my favorite mantra, I think it's be kind. Like it's something that I really relate to. And I have a tattoo of that mantra in my hand that I see every day. So
Mm,
I think that's something really helpful for me because every time I'm drawing, like I see be kind, and it's be kind to myself, be kind to don't judge myself because it's not coming the way it's supposed to do, be kind to
mm,
others, help others. Like I think be kind for me is like my mantra in life, and in that way of not judging me, like it has really helped me. Like I just do it, and if I don't like it, I just don't use it, and that's it. But I'm kind to myself while I'm doing my process. So I think that's something that really helped me.
so beautiful. I feel like now I have a new idea for a tattoo.
You should do it.
I will do it somewhere. But
Yeah.
that seems amazing. Well, thank you so much. This was an incredible conversation. I'm so glad that you are our first guest in the Soul
Yay.
Doodles podcast. And yeah, thank you so much. Is there anything else you would like to share with our community? Of course, like where they can find you, anything that you want to share, just like to close up. But yeah.
Yeah, well, you can find me. My social media is Marte Contenti. You can find me in all of them like that. Thank you for this opportunity. Like at the beginning, I was a little bit nervous, but it was so easy and fun speaking to you. So thank you so much. And I hope this new project is gonna be amazing and grows a lot because I think it's really important to share like the creative paths of different illustrators. I think it's really important. So thank you, and I wish you everything well for this new project and life and everything.
Amen, amen to that. Thank you so much. This was incredible, and yeah, I will definitely continue follow you in your journey. You are welcome. Everyone is welcome to our Soldiers community. So I definitely will keep in touch. And yeah, it's now a new friendship. I always
Yes.
actually try to make friends wherever I go. So yeah, thank you so much.